Welcome back to this total lunar eclipse on timeanddate.com. And we are over the halfway point of this eclipse. We can see from our timeline that we are moving through totality, the total phase of this eclipse. We have about another 25 minutes or so to go, but we have passed maximum eclipse and the moon is now starting to move slowly out of the Earth's shadow. Moonrise is happening across Europe. The moon has risen in Kassel in Germany. We haven't seen any pictures from Kassel yet because we're still waiting for the moon to get up high enough into the sky to become visible. We're also waiting for this very faint, totally eclipsed moon to become visible as the sky is darkening in Kassel, because when the full moon is rising, that's when the sun is setting. So you always have a very bright sky still at moonrise, at full moon. But yes, we're going to be hoping to get some telescope images from Kassel up on the screen soon. In the meantime, we did say that we were going to go back to Cyprus and have a chat with Stefan Thorsen. Stefan is the Time and Date CEO and Chief Eclipse Chaser. And we're going to go and have a chat with him now in Cyprus.
There he is. Hi, hello. Stefan.
Hello, Graham and Anna.
Hi. So why Cyprus? I'm going to jump right in and ask, why did you end up there?
We kind of had a few reasons for that, but one option is always to be at home, but in Norway we only get half of the eclipse and the weather is normally not that great, and it's very hard to see the eclipse or the moon when it's very low over the horizon. So we had to get a bit more east. That was one reason. And then we wanted to get a bit rid of the clouds. At least plan was to get rid of the clouds. And then it would be nice to go a bit more south to the Mediterranean. And the furthest you can get in the European Union at all is actually Cyprus. So we and the most kind of convenient place to go without having to fly too far both before, and there's also improvements, and so and it's a new place. We haven't been this place before, so we didn't know exactly what to expect in terms of both location, what the views were like, and internet capacity, and lots of small but important things to do a stream from. So yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and of course, once you've got all the equipment set up, there's still a lot of work to do on managing the telescopes. And I mean, you've been dealing with various challenges throughout the evening. I mean, the eclipse started when the skies were still very bright after sunset. Now you're fighting clouds during this, very faint total phase. I mean, how do you deal with these changeable conditions?
As some eclipses, like the previous total lunar eclipse where we were in Charlotte in the US, that was kind of a very quiet evening most of the time because everything just worked fine. There was a bit of clouds in the before we started the show, but they all disappeared. So we had a kind of easy night, and we started quite well today as well, but of course we knew that the challenge of getting the moonrise and
you did get it up in time. We saw. Yeah, and you did get it up in time. We saw telescope images of the moon quite early on after moonrise, didn't we?
Yeah, we I don't remember the time, but the moon was not visible right over the horizon. There was a bit of a haze, and it's a bit hard to see where the haze stops and kind of there's a clear sky. So you just need to kind of patience and be on the lookout. But when it appears, it was very clear where it was. So but that helps, of course.
Yeah. And we're looking at a beautiful moon now from you guys, and also what we call the wide shot. So you've got the moon right up in the corner of that of our little black box above Stefan there, and that's a little bit kind of realistic of how it actually looks when you're in.
Yeah, it is actually very realistic.
Yeah,
indeed, it is actually. We can just look up, and then we look at the more or less the same thing as that little image shows.
Yeah. So I often get the question, like, why does that look different? Like when I say it looks, when you see moon look red on the horizon, and they're like, oh, well, that's a blood moon, isn't it? And why is that? Why is this special? And I said, because you look up and the moon is red right up in the sky, and this is tiny red dot, and that's exactly what that image represents. So even though it's not so impressive in that sense, that's what it looks like, and it's a very fascinating sight, I reckon. Yeah. So, Stefan, you've got a bit of wind there as well. You've got a bit of clouds. You're really dealing with the conditions. So we're going to leave you to deal with them and help Renata and Anna get on with the telescope manning. So keep watching. We're going to cross our fingers that the clouds are going to go away again. And there's still 20 minutes of blood moon to go. So we're really enjoying this color that we're looking at here on the blood moon, and remember to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so that you won't miss out next time. But we will be back soon, so see you here in a few.